Yes, I know I'm late to the party here, but it was worth it.
Hello and welcome to my review of The Perks of Being a Wallflower starring Logan Lerman, Emma Watson, and Ezra Miller.
This movie centers on Charlie, played by Logan Lerman, who's a high school freshman who has experienced a great deal of tragedy in his life, to say the least, and naturally that's made him a bit of an introvert, not having many friends at the beginning of the school year. However, he meets Sam and Patrick, who are two step-siblings played by Ezra Miller and Emma Watson, who become his friends, and through these experiences and through life as in high school, he starts to discover his own self-worth and perhaps find love. But to say that that's all this movie is about would be to just severely undersell this movie. I didn't really have any expectations going into this. I was bored tonight. I thought maybe I'll go see the little hipster movie that everyone's talking about, but man, if I didn't just see the best movie of the year. This movie is, to put it simply, an absolute revelation. It's wonderful. What makes this movie truly fantastic is how it plays with your expectations of what you're expecting to see and dreading to see, honestly, in a high school movie, and how it takes that and peels it to reveal a very emotional journey. Director Stephen Chbosky, who actually wrote the book in which this is based, which is very clear here because of the intense and fantastic directorial vision here, really understands how to tell a good story. Initially, it feels very artificial. You've got this very stereotypical high school, big dumb bullies, goths, hipsters, and you're just like, Jesus Christ, we're in for a little John Hughes ripoff. Okay, lovely. And you just got this kid kind of caught in the middle. But as you meet the Ezra Miller and Emma Watson characters, you start to see that everything in this story has a second layer to it. As you go into deeper and deeper into this almost dreamlike state, you start to see that this is, in a nutshell, enraptures the entire high school experience as you get to know each and every one of these characters on a deeper and more emotional level, and start to see even the people you thought were stereotypical before as real, honest-to-God people, which is what high school really truly is in real life. People put on an exterior show that stereotypical personality, but underneath there's so much more depth to them, and this movie really understands that. The performances are all fantastic. You got Logan Lerman, who I had actually written off after the abysmal Percy Jackson and the Olympians. Jeez. And his abysmal performance in it. But man, did he turn in a fantastic performance in this film. He really captures that sense of someone who's not awkward because of the weird things they say or the fact that they like video games or what most high school movies would portray an awkward kind of geeky kid as. This guy he just has so much internal sadness and so much anger that it's hard for him to express himself. And it's hard for him to kind of go out on a limb and do things just because he's got all these emotions kind of holding him back. And Lerman just does these wonderful things with just his speech and his mannerisms that really show it off without being stereotypical. Ezra Miller and Emma Watson also give fantastic performances in this film as his two friends. Ezra Miller, I've never seen Ezra Miller before, but he is truly a character. He's very funny and gets some great emotional moments in there, and I'm in love with Emma Watson. Her American accent is a little at times, but man, does she make you just really become enamored with her in this film. She just plays such a free spirit and such a wonderful character to watch, but as with every other character in the film, there's so many more layers of depth to her, to where as you see them, you really start to kind of fall for her. After the initial 10 minutes that kind of feel off, there is not a second of this film that feels dishonest or artificial or even like a screenplay. This doesn't even feel like a movie in a sense. This feels like you're looking through the veil, the lens of a teenager as you experience teenage life in a weird way. And I know that sounds incredibly pretentious, and I would laugh at myself too if I were watching this movie, because I'm sure you're all going, ha ha, what a hipster. But I'm serious. This is not like any of these other kind of smaller teenage movies like And It's Kind of a Funny Story or Juno or anything like that. This is something that's on a completely different level. And it's offset, the dramatic parts, by so much great comedy with these interactions, not comedic set pieces, but interactions with these characters that you grow to love so much that you just laugh at everything they say, and this movie puts you through so many emotions at the same time that it's almost overwhelming, and I haven't felt this emotionally overwhelmed in a movie in a little while. Overall, Perks of Being a Wallflower is by far the best portrayal of high school I've ever seen on film. It's funny, it's sad, it's poignant, and you really grow to love these characters due to the amazing performances by the actors and just the fantastic screenplay. If this movie doesn't get a nomination for Best Picture, then the Academy is absolutely fooling themselves, because this movie is truly something special, and I have to say, this is probably my favorite movie of the whole year so far. I give Perks of Being a Wallflower unequivocally 4 stars out of 4. That was my review of Perks of Being a Wallflower. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please subscribe to my channel, and until next time, I'm Movie Kid Mike. Damn, this has been a good weekend.